So, everybody, welcome today to our Minecraft world today. We built this over the course of about maybe 4 months, and when you first spawn in here, we're going to arrive in sort of a mossy stone area, and so you're going to follow out towards the light, which is marked over here by the torches up, and as you walk up the nether bricks, you're going to come out to a jungle, and then 4 different biomes, which will be explained by Adam.
Alright, here you can see that Tyler said we have 4 biomes. Currently we are in the deciduous forest, and we're going to make our way out of here. We're going to head over to the frozen tundra, which we created with ice blocks. As you can see here, we have the frozen tundra that also leads off into the water, just like a real tundra would up in Alaska or up in the Arctic would. And then over here we created a desert that has tumbleweeds and cactuses. And then over here we have our ocean or water biome. This is what we would use to incorporate science into this game. It's pretty cool. In order to assess our students, we would have them, we would give them a kind of empty biome and have them fill in what life and plants might go there. So in the water, they could put fish or squid or stuff like that. And as you can see in the desert, we could put cactuses. On the ice, you could put just a few different things. And then over here in the deciduous forest, you can maybe plant some more trees and maybe let some like wolves or something go like that. And I'm going to hand it over back to Tyler.
So as soon as you go through each of the biomes, we come to this behemoth of a figure as the pyramid, which resembles an Aztec pyramid in the early civilizations. And then down below, you might see a NPC, which was built by custom NPCs. And what it allows us to do is create dialogue for certain characters in the game and give out information instead of having to constantly read a signpost or anything. You can actually interact with that NPC to gather the information. So what we did with him is give us the information about the pyramid and what he actually does in terms of the Aztec culture. So as we venture inside the pyramid, what we're going to do is figure out what did math have to do with our sequences and fractions in terms of how to build pyramids. Anna, would you like to explain how you did the fractions?
Okay, so with the fractions, you will see a bunch of carpet squares on the ground, and we have labeled questions 1 through 7. And for example, students will have a recording sheet where they will go through and, for instance, with question 1, what is the fraction of yellow squares to the whole shape in number 1? And I'll just take you through the fractions really quick. So then, we also used Bibliocraft with different signs, so the students wouldn't all have to be just worksheet based, and they could get some of their instruction from the game itself. And as a final assessment type thing with the fractions, students would be asked to find the fraction of these magenta squares to all the different shapes they had encountered during this activity, or they could do it for any other of the colors. Just depends on what the teacher would like to do.
So after we go through the fractions, we then have to go down the floor, and as a little treat for them solving the fractions and managing to make it through all the biomes, we have come to a little maze. And what this is just a quick little relief to see if they can actually find their way in a maze. Usually mazes we see as a top-down view. This time it's actually a first-person view. So it'll be a little bit harder, but it should make it fun for when the kids actually come in here and try and find their way out. Now I know the way to go, hopefully, so maybe I can find it on my first try. If not, it'll take me a couple tries to actually find my way through. Oh, and I hit a dead end. So I am lost as I try and work my way back to find the entrance downstairs. Oh, there's the entrance up. So okay, I remember where to go now, so we gotta go this way, down. Now we find the way down. As we go down, we're gonna come to a little area that is determined by volume. So what we decided for the volume aspect is to have students look at these shapes and determine what does each hold, and then see if they can relate that to figure out how much our pyramid can actually hold. So after doing each of these shapes, we're going to have them figure out what our pyramid can hold in terms of quantity and volume, and then maybe have them create their own shapes of volume so we can determine if they actually can understand what each one means. And after that, we have them venture down into the final stage, which is the dungeon. And finally, Anna will talk about sequences.
Okay, so in this room, there is a variety of sequences and series with a mixture of arithmetic and geometric. So students will be asked, just similar to the fraction sheet, to go to problem number 1, and they will be asked what would be the 10th number in the series, what would be the 50th number, what would be the nth number, and what is the formula for the series. And they would do that for each of the problems, and then relate it back to the pyramid, because the pyramid was also built using a formula, and they will have to determine, based on the height of different levels, how many cubes would be needed to increase the pyramid to the next level.
And that is the reasoning behind why we built this fabulous server here. And I thank you for watching. Have a nice day.